that window down, let the smoke out. If you didn't know, well you know now. We on that A+, that's the wave, yeah. A+, that's the wave.
This morning I've been doing a number of different things, some emails, miscellaneous stuff. The biggest thing was I was outlining our list of things that I want to talk about tomorrow with Mike during our monthly review that we have, that we do once a month on Saturdays. So I've been putting together a list. I've also created a little organization chart. We haven't really mapped it out. We've kind of hand sketched it and we have it in our heads, but I actually wanted to map it out because something I've been mulling over for the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks is just where we're missing, where we have gaps and where we need to plug them. I've kind of separated our company into Jakt product, which is what we actually do, what we provide to people as a service. We have Jakt operations, and then we have Jakt growth. And by Jakt growth, I don't mean growth for our partners, but growth for actually Jakt. And just looking at those three kind of segments, what falls under operations, what's under growth, and what's under product, and just where the gaps are that I'd like to fill, and figuring those out. Meeting up with a guy named Nestor, who I actually went to high school with, but haven't seen since high school.
What's going on, man?
How you been, dude?
How you doing?
It's been such a long time.
He actually works a block away from here, and he heads up technology for an experiential marketing company. We've done a decent amount of experiential marketing in the past, projects for Netflix, Anheuser-Busch, City of Las Vegas, and we usually partner up with experiential marketing companies to do those. And we got in touch, and so I'm going to meet up with him, and maybe we can do something together, which would be really cool.
Yeah, man. Life, yeah, when you actually think of it like that, that's also, over the last couple of weeks, I've been, just the more bad news and shit that's come up, I'm like, yo, anything I'm dealing with business is like a joke, like, compared to like what the actual problems in the world are, or with people. One, we're alive, thank God, and two, the problems we're dealing with are small. When you see all this stuff with fucking the last day or two with Trump not agreeing, and shit crazy, man. Fucking, the hell is going on? I had a good meeting.
You had a good meeting?
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
so there's this, I know, right? No, a friend of mine, well, I went to high school with, turns out he actually works literally down the block, and he runs technology for an experiential marketing company. He's the one like the Jack Daniels that we were talking about.
Yeah.
And they have no technology partner, so, and I didn't realize he was working for them for like a couple years, and literally ran into him on the street, and so we're like, oh, let's like meet and talk and whatever, and so now they're like, hopefully we can collaborate and actually do work with them, but this is one of their clients. So he's like, you want some beer? I was like, all right,
Sure.
whatever. So they have a really cool spot. They have, it's literally on, our old office?
Yeah.
You weren't there, but like it's on 25th. They're literally just down like a couple.
Oh.
And so they have the 6th floor, 7th floor, and this rooftop. It's really cool.
Nice. Not bad.
That's what's up.
It's too funny.
So anyways, all right, I'll put it in the fridge.
Party?
Hey, starting early.
Yesterday, last night, another thing that was interesting is I went to meet up with a friend of mine that we always talk about business and whatever, startups. But anyways, he made an alternative investment, which was into a bar down the street. And we were talking about it, and I saw the place and whatever, and I was basically, hey, can I also get in on this deal? And so I met the owners last night, and I'm gonna have lunch with them at 12:30 today, because one of my like bucket list items is to own a bar. And so I'm going to talk to him today about actually investing in the bar. Very, very small stake, but to be a part owner in a bar. So I have that at 12:30, which is cool, having lunch with him.
So this is the spot that I'm gonna, the Shay and Ivy. That's the spot. So it's right there.
That's what that guy.
What are you doing at Shay and Ivy?
It's what I'm actually, so I have a lunch meeting, but I'm thinking about potentially making a small little investment in this bar. It's a bar. So it's a bar here. So they just opened it up here.
Yeah, I walk by it every day and I just
Wondering?
saw that. No, I haven't been in yet, but I keep seeing them like adding more things and it looks really nice. Jump. Jump.
Wow. That was tight.
Shame on us. We're 1 minute late right now.
Oh, my watch. Oh, mine's is 3:59.
Oh, hey, we're going by his watch. Apple doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah, the one that's connected to like.
Babe, you're like a weird twinning little group right now. I don't know,
Yeah,
like,
this is ridiculous. Black on black on black.
oh, nice.
At 4 o'clock, we have our internal team meeting where we're doing our monthly review. So once a month, we have the team internal monthly review, and then Saturday will be the Mike and Anthony monthly review. But getting all that data and feedback from everyone on the team is super important, so we can have an even more productive Saturday. So.
Show today?
Yeah.
See what happens when you're on the road?
Yeah, you missed out.
You didn't. You had it too?
I had a lunch
You
meeting.
just stood in
Gonna
line.
say,
this is mine.
This is really good.
It is good, right?
Yeah.
I've
Never had like straight up Dos Equis before. I like those.
More where that came from. All right, we'll have the constant supply.
So.
We kind of offer. We can think of it, I think, in a couple different buckets. One is our the overall process of framework for which we deliver this service. Within that, for example, last time we separated design, development, etc. Yeah, it's a subset of that. Second is within our product is what are the kind of tools we use to then deliver that. So that's when you think about innovation and kind of R&D, putting that into a bucket. And then the third is culture.
Oh, Greg. Yeah, right. Yeah, Greg was trying to dial in. Forgot about that.
What is that? What is that hat?
It looks fake.
You showed the pool and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it's allergy.
So overall, to like abstract that, it's our partners, clients, seamlessly integrating with the way we work.
Right, we have a process that we know works, which should give more comfort to partners rather than trying to adopt to their every move, which is somewhat suggestive that we are kind of malleable in the way we do things. Not in a good way, in a way that's sort of like, yeah, sure, we'll do it that way. So one thing that I think went really well is, we probably mentioned last time, but I just want to, I think I would say vendor relationships, even though we haven't used or some of these other services that can provide a similar service to, I definitely see the value of having like 3 firms to reach out to resources versus like scanning through 100 emails from all the different, we get like 5 emails a day and then Anthony forwards me like another 2, and there's like, so how do you select like the right vendor, or like how do you really manage this whole resource thing? And I think there's a lot of value in just having like a key few vendors that you utilize, which just saves time. So I would say that vendor relationships are improving as a positive.
Then it turns into a number system or some checkboxes. Like, do they meet this? The questions get at that, but then we're actually building it into our hiring process. I think that's actually an opportunity to get them more clearly defined. Because when we say culture, it's just abstract, right? But how do we actually make that a tangible thing that we can actually evaluate people on? Right? It's difficult, but I think it's super important. And then it no longer becomes a guessing game. Right? We're like, cool, this person checks off all the technical boxes, but they failed here. It's no longer a question. We make hiring decisions based on that.
Yeah. That's really cool, because it also needs to scale, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to actually, the same thing is like, you know, even just a couple interviews in, you start to like, I don't know, it's good to just have a process in place just in general, like logistically, to like keep track of the people that you're talking to and give everyone like an unbiased, you know, like how did you actually feel about that interview versus like Anthony's like 15 interviews in or something on like sales or whatever, like, you know, you start to like lose what exactly like that person really, you know, made you feel.
Well, when everyone blends together and you're like, you know, there's been no tracking on like, okay, what's actually important versus like, wow, this is a good conversation, so like, let's do it. It's like, but there's no objective kind of like, here's what I was actually looking for in this person, and actually they didn't match. Versus being like, hey, you know what, seems okay, and like, seems like it would be cool, but like, you know, defining all of that.
It's fucking gold right there. It just really hit home. Yeah, you gotta know what you want. As with anything in life, you have to know what you want, or else you cannot attract it.
To the same point, we haven't done this yet, but like onboarding someone into our culture, like if like a full-time person, like or someone.
Like what is that? How do you
what
do
does that
that?
actually look like? And how do you? If you have like other onboarding things, how do you like get someone into like our process? But how do you like?
Integrate them into
There's multiple onboarding. There's onboarding in this, how we do things, but then there's here's really what's important to us, how we do things, how we communicate, right? You get in the interview maybe a sense of, hey, they would fit our culture, but then it's like really like, what does that actually mean, right? When we talk about, you know, we actually are honest and transparent, but what does that actually mean? And like people speak up.
We started to slightly do that with Ben and Tony, but it's something to set them up for success too. And
It's onboarding and culture. How do you to keep it on culture?
Yep.
Culture onboarding. What does that even mean? Yeah, it's an interesting. There's a twofold kind of thing. Like, could they fit into this?
There does have to be some type of testing, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think it's not a bad thing to like really evaluate them through the interview process on some of these
No, I
things.
think that's what the
100%, I
hiring
think
making it
that's-
tangible.
yeah.
But I think there's just like, there's just twofold. There's the before and then the after, right?
Yeah,
because
now
just
they're
because
ready.
we figured out their culture, right? They're open. They would be a good fit, but our culture that we've defined is something that they're not just walking in and going to be like a perfect, you know. We're totally seamlessly fit in, right?
Right.
It's something that we've had to learn over weeks and months. So it's the hiring, making it tangible in the process, but then making it, onboarding. I think that was a good word. And how we do that.
thinking through that.
If we're using open as the value that we're trying to determine, you have to ask questions during the interview process that sees, do they have the capacity to be really open, even if it's an introductory meeting and they're not going to tell you their life story.
Right.
I might, because I am an oversharer, but like most people wouldn't.
Right.
But you identify they have the capacity to be really open, and then you bring them in, and it's like, how do you start really cracking that?
How does openness manifest itself at Jakt, right?
Yeah.
You have the value of open, right? But then explaining to someone, okay, we know you're an open person, but like open can mean, you know, within context, different things, right? Or communication is important to us, right? But like at Jakt, how do we communicate though, right? We can communicate in different ways. We just ended a really good meeting.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go next. Alexa's really finding it on the meeting here. Yeah, so we just had a really great meeting with the team. I feel really good about everything we've accomplished. This is so funny.
Alright, muted. Oh, this is real life video, baby.
This is real life video. Yeah, in case you're this week has been an utter whirlwind. Getting back to whirlwind? I've made up at least 7 words today. It's been a bit of a whirlwind because it has been filled with a lot of meetings and social events and things that are really fun, but I'm pretty tired today.
Yeah, I'm feeling good though.
But
overall.
I feel great overall, yeah.
You know, things seem to be working. The meeting we just had was great. We took a new kind of approach, segmented off 2 hours to have kind of a team monthly review. Tomorrow, Mike and I have our individual, we'll call it management monthly review. But it's nice to get the whole team involved the day prior, so then we have more information essentially to help us make better decisions tomorrow. We segmented everything into 3 different buckets. One was culture, one was our process. Process meaning the way we really do things at Jakt, really how we deliver for our clients. And then the last bucket was our services, like what do we actually do? So it's how we do it, what we do it, and then like who we are was essentially how we broke it up. I thought it was really good. And I actually like that we ended the day with it, with the team. We usually do it in the morning. We're a little bit worried about energy levels for the team towards the end of the day, but I think it actually went really well. It was a nice way to end kind of the week, is on like a good collaborative note. Speaking stream of consciousness here, I think it would be actually interesting to see how we can kind of create that vibe, I guess, at the end of the week, where we're leaving the week on like a really good note, where we feel good, as a unit, versus it kind of like one person leaving and another person leaving, and it's kind of like everyone's here on Monday again. So I guess something to think about. I don't know how you feel about that, but it feels good that everyone's kind of, I don't know, I feel like we're on the same page. We're leaving the week on the same page. It's gonna be fun to look back on all this stuff. So, on that note, I gotta run home to change to play some soccer tonight. Really regretting this, as Mike said, regretting the Friday decision to play a sport, because it'd be really nice to go have a little drink with the team right now.
Yeah.
Although
I'm gonna be having a drink.
Yeah, it sounds like
at a rooftop barbecue in Greenpoint with a bunch of other people that work in innovation and startups.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Steph and I will be at soccer, so we'll have a good time.
All right.